live from the Wallace Civic Center on the campus of Fitchburg State University. The KZO 105.3 FM and AM 1280 WPKZ and FATV present coverage of Hockey Night in Fitchburg. And tonight it's the rivalry on ice as the Leominster High School Blue Devils play host to the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders.
You know, Dan, it's called Hockey Night in Fitchburg, but really, spiritually, it's Hockey Night in Leominster because Leominster is the home team, darn it, and they are having to fend off the vile invaders from Fitchburg and Monty Tech here on their home ice, which is also Fitchburg's home ice, but we're not going to talk about that at the Wallace Civic Center.
Indeed, that's the weirdness of how things work out when two rivals share the same rink. But that is indeed the case tonight as Leominster and Fitchburg Monty Tech do battle in the rivalry on ice. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in wherever you may be. Alongside John Grugerty, I'm Daniel Bolak. Happy to have you along with us. And if you've been with us on FATV, this is our third of 3 games here today after we had the basketball doubleheader at Fitchburg State. Women's and men's basketball playing to losses to Westfield State. And now we have a wonderful rivalry matchup here. The only time this season that these two teams will meet.
I guarantee that for the first time for the folks watching on FATV, there will be happy fans leaving the Civic Center here today. Either the home team, Leominster, is going to come away with the victory, protect their rink, or Fitchburg Monty Tech, after suffering the brutal road trip to get here, will emerge victorious.
Or there could be a tie.
Or there could be a tie. Why would you introduce the possibility of a tie? There will be no ties. There will be no ties. I insist there will be no ties.
Because it would ruin the narrative. Anyway, let's talk about the two teams. Leominster is coming into this game with an 8-7 record, 3-2 in the Roy Conference, coming off a big victory just a few days ago against the Panthers of Marlborough, a 3-2 win against the number 6 team in the Hockey Night in Boston News Central Mass Top 10 poll.
Fitchburg, on the other hand, coming in with a record 6-4-3. They are 3-0-1 in the Coughlin Conference. They're coming off a record of actually 2 straight losses for Fitchburg, a 4-1 defeat at the hands of North Middlesex. That was last week here at the Civic Center. And then a 5-2 loss during the week on Monday against Northbridge. So a long time for Fitchburg to rest. They haven't played since Monday. They're a little more rested than Leominster. We'll see if that plays into their hand tonight.
Yep. That game, a 5-2 loss to number 2 Northbridge. That's the team to beat in Division 3A right now. The Northbridge Rams, 14 wins and 1 loss. And it was a challenge for the Red Raiders to keep up. 4-2 plus an empty netter, essentially. Max Bolak had both the goals for the Red Raiders in that one. He's up to 15 goals on the year. Anthony Lesperance and Jay Salem got the assists. Spencer McCrillis made 31 saves, but ultimately, it was just too challenging against that very dominant Northbridge team.
And Spencer McCrillis will be between the pipes again tonight for Fitchburg and Monty Tech. Garrett Johnson is ill. He is not playing. There is an emergency goaltender for the Red Raiders, and a little bit of a story there, Dan.
Yes, so Devin McGivern is the emergency goaltender. He's a sophomore for Monty Tech. And the interesting thing is because they're short on varsity jerseys right now, both of them will wear number 30 tonight, with McCrillis wearing the regular red uniforms, and McGivern will be wearing the home white uniform to indicate that he is very much an emergency goaltender.
Anytime you go to your emergency goaltender, it's like you never want to do it, but we see these stories crop up every now and then in the NHL. You know, the equipment manager who played D2 hockey, who gets to suit up for the Carolina Hurricanes. We've seen that story a few times. Devin McGivern living his version of that tonight.
Indeed, and I know Steve Lowney told me before the game, if he plays, they're in deep trouble, because it obviously means something bad will have happened to McCrillis. As for Garrett Johnson, we hope he gets well soon, and we wish him the best. We saw him last week in the game against North Middlesex, and now we get to see Spencer McCrillis tonight. He's a junior for Monty Tech. He did play a year as an 8th grader for Gardner's team, so he's got a little extra experience there, which has been helping him. He's been battling all year with Johnson. Both of them have played the same number of games. They have roughly the same save percentage, both in the low 900s, although McCrillis has given up a couple more goals, but he has 1 additional shutout. I think he's been playing a couple of the tougher teams.
Something I noticed is that all 3 of Spencer McCrillis' victories, he comes in with a record 3-3-1. All 3 of those wins have been shutouts.
That's not quite true, unfortunately.
He has 3 shutouts, but one of them was the draw, wasn't it?
Yeah, the double overtime.
Well,
the double shutout against Grafton.
There was that 0-0 tie back on January the 8th, so 2 wins via shutout. You had to go and ruin my narrative with facts.
Yeah, I knew that this was going in that direction. I tried to stop you, but...
You live in America in 2020. When will you learn facts mean nothing? It was a good narrative, darn it.
And I keep ruining it, but anyway, for Leominster, they come in with the 8-7 record, as we mentioned. Jeremy Millett's the leading scorer. He's got 12 goals, 23 points on the season. Don't sleep on Malik Munoz-Prico as well. He's got 7 goals. He can be darn near everywhere. And Theron Glynn, well, we were last on the K-Zone on the 29th against Algonquin. Theron Glynn had 2 goals, including the winning goal with 8 seconds left to complete a comeback for the Blue Devils. They came back from 4-2 down against Algonquin to win 5-4. This Leominster team is tenacious and will play the full 45 minutes and then some. The defense has some troubles here and there, and Fitchburg Monty Tech might be able to exploit that.
And if they will, it will likely come off the stick of Max Bolak. Bolak, 26 points on the season. He's got 15 goals, tripling up his nearest competitor. No other Red Raider has more than 5 goals on the season. So more than likely than not, Dan, if a scorer is going to come from Fitchburg Monty Tech, it may just come from Max Bolak, who, again, we swear, no relation as far as we know.
As far as we know.
Okay.
If only I knew what my family tree looked like over there.
I'm just saying, there's nobody on Leominster named Alex Gugerty, so I'm good.
Indeed. So again, Leominster number 9 in the Central Mass top 10 as compiled by Chris Kine of the Telegram and Gazette and Hockey Night in Boston. Fitchburg Monty Tech coming into this game ranked number 10. So 2 teams in the rankings playing well. Both of them looking to get back to the postseason. Fitchburg Monty Tech, they missed it last year, made it 2 years ago. Leominster hasn't been there in 5 years. And they're just 2 wins away from getting that magical 10th win that will lock up their place in the postseason.
Just about ready for the introduction of the starters and the national anthem here at the Wallace Civic Center on the campus of Fitchburg State University.
So I think what we're going to do is on WPKZ, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll be ready for puck drop. And on FATV, we'll let you listen into the starting lineups and the national anthem. This is Hockey Night in Fitchburg on the K-Zone 105.3 FM and AM 1280 WPKZ and FATV.
All right, folks, listening at home at FATV, you obviously have picked up. This is a simulcast with WPKZ. John Gugerty here with you alongside Daniel Bolak.
Indeed.
We do want to mention for the folks at home on FATV, some of our underwriters. FATV Remote Productions are underwritten in part by Workers Credit Union, Rollstone Bank and Trust, the UMass Memorial Health Alliance Clinton Hospital, and North End Subaru.
And we thank them. As I look to the left side of the rink, they now announce the starting lineups. But now that I've realized it, this is senior night for Leominster.
It's senior night for Leominster. Of course it is.
Which I wish I knew about in advance. Because that's obviously going to throw a wrench into our plans. And Leominster has 9 seniors.
9 seniors, okay.
This is...
So, we'll give some credit to the seniors for Leominster. Theron Glynn being recognized now.
9 goals and 7 assists on the season. Zach Melanson, 3 goals and 4 assists this year for the senior forward.
Can probably just go down the list here. You're much more enthusiastic on the radio. You know that, right?
Probably a little bit, but I was also saving up for the game, too.
Alex Helenius being recognized. Has himself 3 goals on the season.
Back here at the Wallace Civic Center on the campus of Fitchburg State University, Hockey Night in Fitchburg. It is senior night for Leominster High School as they honor their 9 seniors.
We didn't know that when we threw to break.
We didn't know that, and now we've got egg on our faces. But now they do honor the seniors for Leominster. Theron Glynn, Zachary Melanson, Alex Helenius, Malik Munoz-Prico, Alex Cormier, Jared LeBlanc, Anthony Tossi, Jerry Millette, and Zach Sidlow are the 9 seniors for Leominster High School. A very senior-laden team. A lot of upperclassmen, 14 of the 21 players for Leominster upperclassmen.
And as you would expect, Dan, a healthy crowd in attendance here at the Wallace Civic Center. Maybe some folks listening on WPKZ who are still on their way. We absolutely encourage you, come on down to John Fitch Highway.
For what's going to be one heck of a game. You can listen to WPKZstream.com as well, if you're out of radio range for whatever reason.
Absolutely, we encourage you. Why don't you do both? In fact, listen on the WPKZstream.com and watch on FATV.org. There's absolutely no way that those will line up properly, but do both anyway. It'll be great.
Indeed, so we'll talk a little more for Leominster. Like we said, 8-7, 3-2. They are pretty strong with the offense, 46 goals scored, but they've conceded 53.
I noticed that as well when I was looking at both of these teams. They've both scored 46 times on the season. The difference is Fitchburg has conceded 20 fewer goals.
And Fitchburg has played 13 games to Leominster's 15, but nonetheless, the goal totals are the same. They both have players that are just as dangerous, but we know one of the challenges for Leominster has been defense. We got to see them a little bit against Algonquin, and Algonquin, a team that was well under 500, but with a fairly strong schedule, and they had so many scoring chances. Ryan Melanson did well, the freshman netminder, to try to keep them at bay, but still 4 got past him. And so for this Fitchburg team, they're going to be a bit hungry. They're coming off of back-to-back losses. They are looking for an improvement after we saw them against North Middlesex, and the biggest challenge against North Middlesex was they had trouble finishing the 45 minutes. They were out of gas by the midpoint of the third period. They couldn't do the dump and chase anymore. That made things so much more challenging for them.
It was very, very hard for Fitchburg. They played North Middlesex fairly evenly through the first couple of periods of that game, but you said it absolutely correctly, Dan. North Middlesex just took over toward the end of that one, especially into the third period. Fitchburg Monty just could not keep up.
Yep, and for this Leominster team, they came back from 2 down against Algonquin to win. They came back from 3 down against Westboro to win a week before that. And so, again, this Leominster team, they are so tenacious. So now we are going to finally have the national anthem. I think we'll stay with you and let you listen in to the anthem here. back here on FATV, getting ready for puck drop between Leominster and Fitchburg Monty Tech. Leominster 8-7 coming in, Fitchburg 6-4-3. Two solid teams, both looking to get back to the postseason.
The home crowd for Leominster is trying to rally their Blue Devils.
We're back here on the K-Zone 105.3 FM and AM 1280 WPKZ. Your home for the most live games and local championships. Daniel Bolak and John Gugerty here with you. Puck is down and we are underway here from Fitchburg. Leominster in the home white uniforms with blue numbering and trim, going left to right in this first period. And Fitchburg Monty Tech in the road red uniforms with white numbering and trim, going from right to left. Picked up on the far side by Anthony Tossi. Max Bolak into the right wing corner for the Red Raiders, trying to dig it out. Liam Hickey there as well for Fitchburg Monty Tech. Comes out to the left side for Bolak, carries it around to the left circle, takes a shot, saved by Sidlow, and he holds for a draw.
What were we saying, Dan? The offense is going to run through Max Bolak. Less than a minute into this one, Bolak takes the first shot for Fitchburg Monty Tech.
Bolak with 15 goals, 11 assists this season. Had a rough one against North Middlesex last week. I know that was the game that me and you called on FATV, so we got a chance to see them there. I also, as I mentioned, got a chance to see Leominster play against Fitchburg Monty Tech on a game, against Algonquin as that's dumped in, back on the 29th. So I could see this Leominster team, they've got some offensive firepower, and they've got the tenacity to stay through the 45 minutes. For Fitchburg Monty Tech, they've just got to take advantage of all their scoring chances, try to get some goals past Zach Sidlow. It's on the far side of the ice, Riley LeBlanc trying to make a play on against the board, squeezed out and away by Leominster, dumped into the zone where it's picked up by Connor Ledger on the right wing corner for the Red Raiders. Tried to clear, couldn't do so. Shot redirected towards goal by Melanson for Leominster, and that's turned away by McCrillis.
You have to wonder, Dan, when did Spencer McCrillis know he was starting this game? Could have been a last-minute knowledge even for him.
Could have very well been. I know that Garrett Johnson was ill. I don't know how long he's been ill. So that's the question to be asked there. I did not ask Coach Lowney about that.
And again, Garrett Johnson not playing in this game. Fitchburg Monty Tech dressing Devin McGivern, excuse me, as the emergency goaltender.
And he is wearing number 30 in white, whereas McCrillis is wearing 30 in red. And as we know, we hope that it will not come to having to see him in there, as a shot from outside the blue line by Alexander Juski is punched away by McCrillis.
Unless, of course, you're a fan of the home-standing Leominster Blue Devils, in which case you would want to see the emergency goaltender in.
On the near side, dumped into the Fitchburg Monty Tech end, backhanded out of the zone by Robert Brogan, but kept in by Brandon Arsenault. Arsenault puts a shot towards goal, goes well wide to the left now in the left wing corner. Brogan loses his footing. Brassard knocks it along. Tyler Brassard for the Red Raiders from the red line will just dump it into the left wing corner, and the Red Raiders will change on the near side bench.
Brassard, of course, in addition to being a hockey player, is the backup quarterback for the Fitchburg High School football team. Saw a little bit of him during the fall season.
And icing is called. 12-11 to go in the first period, no score.
Tomorrow on the K-Zone, we have a doubleheader of action as the Bruins take on the Red Wings at 12:30. That'll be followed by the Celtics. They'll tip off against the Thunder at 3:30. That's right here, 105.3 FM and AM 1280 WPKZ.
Puck cleared out to center and pushed along. Munoz Prico in pursuit, gets right towards goal. McCrillis with a poke check, knocking it away. Wouldn't let Munoz Prico get a clean shot off. Puck on the near side, where it's cleared out of the zone by Connor Ledger, but dumped right back in by Leominster, but from well beyond the red line, icing will be called.
Dumped from way too far away. That'll bring the puck all the way back down to the right, looks like, of Zach Sidlow. Fitchburg will get a line change. Leominster, they'll send off a couple as well.
Worth noting that in NFHS rules, you can change lines after an icing, whereas you can't do it in college or the NHL. 11:42 to go in the first period. No score. Shots 2-1 in favor of the Red Raiders. Puck brought up on the far side of the ice by the Blue Devils. As that's Jeremy Millette squeezed into the boards. Puck loose in the left circle. Taken by Leominster. A shot blocked through traffic. 5 players there that had to get through, and it couldn't get through the first couple. Picked up at the red line by Matthew Healy. He'll send it around the boards. Anthony L'Esperance will be the first to arrive for the Red Raiders. Take it on the near side. Nudged along by Devin LeBlanc, right into the stick of a Blue Devil, but only for a brief moment as they battle for it on the near side half boards. Puck goes past Jerry Millette, now behind the Red Raider net, around the boards to the far side and cleared out of the zone, where the Blue Devils will touch up inside their own zone. And we have a stoppage to play, and I believe we may have a penalty here. First power play of the game is going to go to the Red Raiders. 4:05 into this contest.
Jerry Millette being sent to the box. He will sit and think about what he did. We will try to figure out exactly what it is that he did.
It looks like the referee signaled an elbow against the senior in Jerry Millette, the elder brother between the Millettes, Jeremy the junior. Shot right off the draw by L'Esperance from the point goes well wide. A resounding thud off the boards, and it's cleared down the ice.
You know, because he's the younger brother and he's a junior in high school, does that mean Jeremy Millette is a junior?
Perhaps a 4:05 the time of the penalty in the first power play coming for the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders, who just regained the zone. Shot from the left side by Bolak, whistles just wide. Picked up on the right half boards. L'Esperance will go out to the right side. Ryan Johnson, he had a goal against North Middlesex last week. Goes out to L'Esperance, top of the slot, takes the shot, goes well wide to the right. Picked up against the boards by Jay Salem on the right side. Goes for L'Esperance on the right point. Now Salem again, but getting a stick in there and clearing it out of the zone is one of the Blue Devils. And that's cleared back down into the Fitchburg end. 5 minutes gone in this game. 1:03 to go on the power play for the Red Raiders. No score.
Credit to Alessandro Conti on the defensive end there for Leominster, just poking his stick in there, clearing it out, getting it all the way down the ice, forcing Fitchburg Monty Tech to reset. Now Leominster with the breakaway opportunity is broken up. The home crowd wants a penalty. They're not going to get it.
It was a clean play as he just tried to stick the hip in there at center ice and knocked him down. Didn't catch either of the numbers on either side, but I can tell you that the Blue Devil side really wanted a penalty there. It was not given.
For a second, it looked like there was going to be a shorthanded breakaway opportunity, and then the Leominster player just lost his blade, fell to the ice. The home crowd on the far side here at the Wallace Civic Center was beside themselves.
Now 13 seconds go on the power play. Bolak regains the zone, up the right side boards, skating around the boards to the left side now, carrying it all the way around. And now backhands it into the left wing corner for Liam Hickey. It's out of his reach. McCrillis slams his stick to indicate the penalty is up. Jerry Millette is out of the box. The Blue Devils are back to full strength. And there's a dump down ice. And somebody didn't get the memo on the Leominster side. Icing going to be called against the Blue Devils.
No, once the guy comes out of the box, you can't just fling the puck all over the place anymore. You have to start paying attention to the lines and stuff.
So icing is called, and the faceoff's going to come to the right of Sidlow. 8:45 to go first period. No score. Shots remain at 2-1. No shots on that power play for the Red Raiders.
Honestly, Dan, if anything, Leominster had the better offensive opportunity with that shorthanded breakaway that came to nothing.
And there's a backhand chance, breaking into the zone, breaking towards goal. The shot was saved by McCrillis. He couldn't cover it up, and the loose puck is put in by the Blue Devils. It was Alex Helenius who had the charge down the ice. It was under McCrillis somewhere, but he could not cover it.
It wasn't under McCrillis, Dan. It was behind him, and he didn't see it. Spencer McCrillis was standing in front of his net, looking back and forth, almost screaming, "Where is the puck?" He did not see it. The only man who saw it was the goal scorer. He picked it up. McCrillis wasn't even looking at him when he fired the shot. McCrillis had no idea where the puck was.
Zachary Melanson led the handshake line for the Blue Devils. I imagine he'll be getting the goal on that one as Leominster gets the first strike at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Blue Devils gain the zone, try to put a pass forward, but ends up going too far and right on goal to McCrillis, and he'll cover it.
They do indeed give Zach Melanson credit for the goal. It's his 4th of the season.
And so the assists go to Alex Helenius and Malik Munoz-Prico. 7th assist for Helenius, 10th for Munoz-Prico on the 4th goal of the year for Zachary Melanson. And Leominster has the opening strike in this contest.
Leominster thought that they were perhaps denied a penalty on what could have been that shorthanded breakaway opportunity, but as soon as the power play ended, they strike first anyway. Zach Melanson again picking up his 4th goal of the year, making this a 1-0 lead for the Blue Devils.
Leominster has had the last 5 shots. The shot total now 5-1 in favor of the Blue Devils. Held on the right side boards by Max Bolak, passes for Hickey, that's too far. Alexander Juski picks that one up. Try to send it out of the zone, but it's intercepted by Brogan at the right point. Knocked along into the neutral zone by Leominster. Touched up at the blue line and taken by Andrzejewski. He'll bring it up ice for Leominster. Up the left side, dumps into the left wing corner, try to take his own pass. He gets the puck there. Well done to win the race. Shot from the top of the right circle by Patrick LeBlanc goes well wide to the left of Spencer McCrillis. Dumped back in by Leominster as the puck made its way out of the zone. Now into the right wing corner. Jay Salem with a pass on for Bolak. Shakes off a hit. Liam Hickey tries to settle it down. Hickey tries to create a breakaway, but great play by the one defender back there and Anthony Tossi to break up the chance.
Tossi was on the back foot every step of the way, but managed to keep his momentum with him and to break up that possible breakaway opportunity.
L'Esperance tried to take a backhand shot, basically a no-look shot, but it was well wide, turned into a pass for no one in particular. Now Leominster from their own end brings it out on the far side. Brought up on the right side boards. That, I believe, is Jeremy Millette. Drop off for a shot by Melanson. Didn't get much on it. Puck didn't move much at all.
That was Tossi who took the shot. It hit Melanson. Melanson basically got in the way of it.
Now another shot from the point taken by Adam Diamichis. That one didn't go much of anywhere, but the puck made its way to the left circle where a shot is stopped by McCrillis.
That shot came off the stick of Jeremy Millette. It looked a lot, Dan, like the goal from Melanson. It had that same kind of spin around, try to go for the far corner action. The difference is McCrillis actually saw this one coming. He knew where the puck was and was able to make the stop.
6 minutes to go, first period. 1-0 Leominster in front of the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders. Dumped in the zone by Christian Rodriguez for the Red Raiders. Broussard gets there, shakes off a check from Matthew Healy. 9-on-9 violence there. Connor Ledger from the left point takes a shot through traffic. Cut down in the slot. Backhand chance by Avery Roy. Goes wide of the net with a lot of traffic there, a lot of discombobulation. I'm not sure if Sidlow would have saw a shot that had come off of the stick of Roy. Puck makes its way now behind the Fitchburg net as it's moved out to the left side by Melanson. He's got the goal for the Blue Devils. Right behind the net, Connor Ledger there for Fitchburg. And now around the boards by Ryan Johnson. That one gonna squeak out of the zone. Roy tries to skate up ice. He lost the puck on the other hand, and it's dumped back in by Leominster. Ledger gets the puck first in the right wing corner with Glynn on him. Passes up on the near side for LeBlanc. Knocked on by Ryan Johnson into the Leominster zone where they'll gather and regroup. Alex Helenius trying to make a pass. It's intercepted by Riley LeBlanc. And just back and forth it goes as LeBlanc couldn't hold on to it. Eventually picked up by Fitchburg on their own blue line, dumped to the Leominster blue line, and now back to the Fitchburg blue line. Back and forth we go again. Jay Salem pass intercepted on the red line, taken by Leominster, brought into the zone by Healy on the left side, but he's got L'Esperance on him, who skate him into the corner on the left side. Puck goes all the way around for Andrzejewski, who keeps it in on the right point. Andrzejewski keeps it in again after the clearing attempt by Devin LeBlanc. Puck finally chipped out, and now it comes to center. On the left side, Devin LeBlanc will dump in, and a line change made. Max Bolak comes back out onto the ice for Fitchburg Monty Tech with 4:15 to go in the first. 1-0 Leominster. Brought up on the left side, Munoz-Prico tried to get a shot off, just couldn't get anything cleanly. Helenius shot off the side of the net. He'll pick it right back up, move it around to Andrzejewski at the right point. Helenius to the top of the slot, on his backhand, not comfortable taking the shot. A shot taken from the left half boards, but it goes short of the net. Picked up by Fitchburg Monty Tech, trying to send it down the boards, down the ice, but ends up going over the boards and out of play.
We want to let folks listening on WPKZ know our next Game of the Week broadcast is this Monday, February the 10th. It'll feature high school boys basketball, the Neshoba Chieftains hosting the Quabbin Panthers. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. right here on the K-Zone, 105.3 FM and AM 1280, WPKZ.
That's going to be a very interesting matchup, as Neshoba just barely able to lock up their spot in the playoffs. They haven't gotten to 10 wins yet, but they got a big victory over Fitchburg last night that'll give them a share of their conference title in Mid-Wash B. That will get them into the postseason. Puck in the middle, in the neutral zone. Jay Salem knocked off the puck, gets it right back. Salem into the zone, but 2-on-3. Hickey, backhand shot. Tried to find the top right corner, but it goes wide. And this shot drought continues for Fitchburg Monty Tech, still with just one shot on target.
That shot came less than a minute into the game, Dan. We're now approaching the 3-minute mark. Fitchburg Monty Tech has gone a good 16 minutes without a shot. There's one by Leominster, steered wide.
Punched away by Spencer McCrillis. 3 15-minute periods in MIAA hockey, so we're approaching closer to 11 minutes or so without a shot on goal for Fitchburg.
Well, sure, you got to do math and prove me wrong, don't you?
We just get stuck with the old habits, you know?
Uh-huh.
You're used to calling 20-minute games.
Sure. I'm not an idiot. I'm just used to other things. That's right.
Max Bolak on the far side in front of the Leominster bench. Dumped it into the zone. Exchanged some words with one of the Blue Devils. Bolak keeps it in as it came around to the left side in the attempted clear. We have a whistle, and I believe we have too many men indicated against Fitchburg. This is not going to help matters.
Leominster has controlled the momentum really since that opening shot. They killed off one penalty. Now they'll be on the power play. Fitchburg Monty Tech will send Max Bolak to the sin bin. So Leominster with the 1-goal lead, they will have the 2-minute power play, and that will come all within this first period. 2:22 to play here in the first, and 2 minutes for the man advantage for Leominster.
Leominster out shooting the Red Raiders 7-1 right now. So as we said, Max Bolak will serve it. Not able to keep in the zone is Malik Munoz-Perico, and trying to break towards goal was Riley LeBlanc. Just couldn't find the space on it, and he was dispossessed by one of the Blue Devils. Backtracking as Theron Glenn brings it up, gains the blue line, dumps it around the boards. It'll come to Jeremy Millette on the right side. Off for Adam Diamichis. Now Millette takes a shot, but it goes right into the stick of Anthony L'Esperance. Some nifty moves to keep the puck away. And a nice feeder pass that'll find Ryan Johnson right in front. Jam play on Sidlow. He makes the stop and makes the cover. And finally, that shot drought has come to an end.
I think it's an awfully generous call for the Leominster side for that to be a cover-up. I was looking at the puck, watching it trickle away as the referee blew his whistle. But hey, he almost covered it up.
You have two referees, and that ref was behind Sidlow. Didn't have a good view of the puck. We had a much better look at it from our angle. And you lose sight of the puck, you've got to blow the whistle. That's just the rule of thumb for officiating. 1:09 to go on the power play, 1:30 to go in the period. 1-0 Leominster in front, and looking for more on this man advantage. Theron Glenn, right point, looking for a redirect from Munoz-Perico. Couldn't get his stick on it, blew a tire. Falls into the left wing corner. Ryan Johnson picks it up on the red line, tries to dump it into the Leominster zone, but taken away. Helenius, right dot, takes a shot, that goes wide. Picked up by Ryan Johnson again, and he's pushing forward down the ice on the right side, rubbed into the Leominster bench.
And you hear the roar from the home crowd on the far side. They loved seeing Ryan Johnson get dumped into the Leominster faithful.
Adam Diamichis was the one who made the hit, dumped back into the Leominster zone. They haven't been able to regain the Fitchburg zone in some time. Now only 19 seconds on this power play for them, 37 to go in the period. And again, another failed entry, dumped right out of the zone by Devin LeBlanc. Up the far side, Leominster holds at their own blue line. 5 seconds before Max Bolak is released from the penalty box. Munoz-Perico able to keep the zone, takes a shot off the post. Oh, what a ricochet. It comes off the post and out of the box. Bolak not able to get the touch on, as it came right in front of him and cleared out of danger. Now Zach Melanson on the left side with 7 seconds. Brilliant move to goal. Spencer McCrillis wise to it, makes the stop with 5.1 to go in the period.
Getting back to that shot off the post, Dan, I think McCrillis got just a touch on it. He stuck out his left glove, couldn't make the catch, but he did deflect it just enough maybe for that puck to hit the post and bounce wide rather than bouncing into the back of the net.
So we'll have a draw to the right of McCrillis, 5.1 on the clock. Leominster looking for a last-second goal. Draw won by the Red Raiders and pushed out of the zone. Salem's got to shoot from where he is. He didn't know how much time was left and didn't take the shot until it was much too late. So that will end the first period with the score Leominster 1 and Fitchburg Monty Tech nothing.
It's been a really intense period of hockey. Leominster obviously controlling the momentum. They had 8 shots to just 2 for Fitchburg Monty Tech. Folks at home listening on WPKZ, we're going to take just a bit of a break here, and then we'll be back with the first intermission report, so don't go anywhere. Folks on FATV, we don't have commercials, so just stick with us. We'll be with you in a second. But again, for the folks listening on the radio, you are listening to the K-Zone Game of the Week on 105.3 FM and AM 1280, WPKZ, Fitchburg, Leominster. We did a period of hockey on TV and the radio.
We did, and now we can do underwriters on FATV. So
while the radio people do advertisements that they got paid for, we're going to do the same thing, but with no call to action. It's totally different. Totally different, Dan. All right. FATV remote productions are underwritten in part by Resource Management, Unitil, and Minuteman Press. Hey, we did some of them.
We did. So now 1-0 Leominster through 1 period of play. We're going to take a break on the FATV side. We'll catch you on the other side of the intermission. If you want a little bit of bonus coverage, find your radio, tune in to WPKC where we'll have a little more for you. But for now, it's Leominster 1, Fitchburg Monty Tech nothing through 1 period of play. This is Hockey Night in Fitchburg on FATV. Back here at the Wallace Civic Center on the campus of Fitchburg State University, getting ready for the start of the second period between the Leominster Blue Devils and the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders. 1-0 Leominster through 15 minutes of play. Daniel Bolak and John Gugerty here with you high above the ice here at the Wallace Civic Center.
Again, a very good crowd on hand, both teams. Fitchburg Monty Tech actually travels very well. They're the road team here, but plenty of red and white faithful. Of course, they can't match the home output of your Leominster Blue Devils, but you know, we make the best of it. We welcome all kinds here on Leominster's ice, right?
Yes, John Gugerty happily playing the heel tonight with his blue shirt. And the team wearing blue has won both the games so far on FATV as part of the triple header action that we've had. And we'll see if Leominster can make it 3 for 3, but Fitchburg Monty Tech will try to put a wrench in those plans.
In all seriousness, this is so cool. Fitchburg Leominster, it's the rivalry on ice. It is cool as a person who usually covers Fitchburg to see Fitchburg in their road uniforms, to see them treated as the road team. It's different. I like it.
Even when we traveled to Worcester to do Fitchburg and Tantascwa, Fitchburg was wearing the home uniforms for that game because they were the higher seed.
Exactly.
Leominster in the home white uniforms with blue numbering and trim. They go right to left in this second period. Fitchburg Monty Tech in the road dark red uniforms with white numbering and trim. They go from left to right in this second period. Fitchburg wins the draw. Max Bolak up the right side into the circle, trying to find a shooting lane, send it across, looking for Liam Hickey. Just couldn't get it in his reach. Brought up the right side by Alex Helenius, and he gets a break towards goal. A nifty move. He loses his footing. A penalty's coming here. And let's see what we have. It's going to be just a trip, not a penalty shot. But Leominster's going to get their second power play as Alex Helenius just stormed down the right side through the circle, and that trip was what stopped him from getting a prime scoring opportunity.
Folks at home watching on FATV are going to get another look at it. I don't know how you don't give a penalty shot on that. They're going to call it on the goalie, I think. Like, McCrillis' stick was caught up in Helenius' skates. It's obviously not McCrillis serving the penalty.
Yep. So Robert Brogan will serve the penalty. They did actually call it on Brogan.
Brogan was in there as well.
Regardless, Brogan's in the box for 2 minutes. It's power play number 2 for Leominster in this contest. Alex Helenius on the red line, gains the zone, up the right side from the right circle, takes a shot well wide to the left of McCrillis. Picked up at the left point by Theron Glynn. Glynn will go cross ice to the top of the right circle. There's a shot that goes well wide as well. Picked up by Healy on the left side for the Blue Devils, comes back to him, on the point holds, tries to go into the right wing corner where Glynn was waiting, but it hops over his stick.
Was poked away by L'Esperance, good job by him.
L'Esperance is a solid penalty kicker for this Red Raider team, listed as a forward, but he definitely knows how to play defense. I've seen him in that defensive positioning quite a lot. As now 60 seconds gone on the power play. And a minute 40 gone in the second period. 1-0 Leominster. Puck nearly cleared out of the zone by the Red Raiders, but kept in with a diving play by the Blue Devils. Cross ice pass, hops over the stick of Munoz Prico and out of the zone where Adam Diamichis will have to go back and regroup.
Big break there for Fitchburg Monty Tech. Leominster has to reset, take the blue line, start all over again. Now 35 seconds left in the power play.
Diamichis brings it around the boards on the left side. Jeremy Millette now into the corner. Munoz Prico's looking for somewhere to go. Tries to center, can't find Millette's stick, and it's cleared out of the zone.
I couldn't tell, Dan, if Munoz Prico was trying to center that one or if he was going for the wraparound and he just lost the handle.
Could very well have been a mixture of both. Now 10 seconds on the power play, 12:45 to go in the second. Bad pass means Leominster has trouble getting out of their own end. May not be able to get another shot off before the power play expires. They will not get another shot off before the power play expires as Brogan is released from the sin bin and the Red Raiders are back to full strength. Puck rides the boards, goes up into the netting and out of play.
Every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. here on WPKZ, tune into the Money Pit Home Improvement Show for great tips and money-saving home improvement ideas. That's every Saturday on the K-Zone, and they're brought to you by Builders Surplus, found on 29 Summer Street in Lunenburg.
Yep. Hope the people on the K-Zone tuned in this week. You'll be able to tune in next week and every Saturday. As Leominster wins the draw, 12:20 to go, second period, 1-0 in favor of Leominster. And the goal by Zach Melanson back in the first. Rodriguez goes for Broussard, he gets a touch on. Avery Roy tried to send it into the zone, but it went off of Broussard, stayed out of the zone. Second chance finds a Blue Devil defenseman in Alessandro Conti, who gains the zone. Shot from the left point by A.J. Mills, goes off a Red Raider and all the way down into the Leominster end where Alexander Juski will have to reset and regroup.
That puck came off the stick of Avery Roy. Roy didn't even know he had deflected it, or else he would have had a really good breakaway opportunity.
Around it goes into the Leominster zone, into the Fitchburg Monty Tech zone, excuse me. Get crossed up for a moment as it's battled for on the near side corner. Many players digging it out, trying to pull that puck free. Eventually it spits all the way down into the Leominster end and gained on the blue line. Andrzejewski passes up, goes off the stick of Mills at the blue line, so that'll kill the icing. On to the near side, Jay Salem backhanded along. First chance to get it out of the zone, unsuccessful. Second chance was more successful. Dumped down into the Leominster end, no icing, as the puck made its way to the goal line quite slowly. Leominster able to break it out of the zone again. Mills poke-checked off his stick by L'Esperance, but it's left there at the right point in front of the Leominster bench, where it's dumped in and around the boards.
That puck just kind of died just inside the blue line. Leominster didn't even have to clear the zone. No Fitchburg player went up to play it. Gave the Blue Devils another chance. Max
Bolak trying to play it off the boards and try to make a break, but the puck eludes him, just gets out of his reach. And it's cleared out of danger by Healy. Brought back into the zone by Melanson. Backhand shot by Jerry Millette. Ends up getting cut down well short of the net. Puck ends up leaving the zone. Jeremy Millette had trouble keeping it in. Jerry now in front of the Red Raider bench, pushing it along. Now into the zone. Zach Melanson takes the shot. McCrillis didn't see it at all, but it ends up hitting his pads, and he goes down and covers. My goodness, that was a bit dangerous for him.
A bit dangerous indeed. Spencer McCrillis, for the second time tonight, had absolutely no idea where the puck was, and this time it was coming right at him. It hit that big F in the middle of his chest, or else it would have gone right through him and into the back of the net.
Just was really late in tracking that one. Fortunate for it to hit him. I know I've had that happen as a goalie a couple of times. You just fall asleep for a moment and someone takes a shot from long distance and you get lucky, it comes off your pads. But boy, if it beats you, you just have egg on your face. In the neutral zone, tied up, Brian Johnson lost it off his stick, taken by Anthony Tossi, and we had a delayed offside that Riley LeBlanc didn't get the message on as he dispossessed Tossi and took the puck. He gets the memo a bit too late, and the faceoff's going to come all the way down to one side of McCrillis.
9:50 to play here, second period. Leominster leading Fitchburg by a score of 1-0 here on the K-Zone, AM 1280 and 105.3 FM, WPKZ.
Draw will come to the right of McCrillis after the intentional offsides, as it's ruled. And they rule that it's got to be the same 5, so they throw Jay Salem off the ice and force them to bring Devin LeBlanc back out. So they don't quite have the top line that they wanted. And now brought up on the near side boards, Max Bolak with a 2-on-1 with Hickey with him. Bolak with a shot, save, rebound, and another save by Sidlow. Just like that, Zach Sidlow doubles his save total on the night with 2 great stops on the Red Raider sniper and Max Bolak.
That first rebound from Sidlow came right back to Bolak. Thought he was going to get the easy putback, but he couldn't make the shot. Sidlow came up big twice. As you said, doubled his save total. He only faced 2 shots for the first period and change. He just faced 2 more.
Bolak nearly had a nice feed for Jay Salem in the slot, but it hopped over Salem's stick, wasn't able to execute there. Puck goes back into the Fitchburg end and now dumped into the neutral zone where the 227s will battle in Anthony Tossi and Liam Hickey. On the near side, puck squirts to the center circle and knocked back into the Leominster zone, where it's flipped up by Conti and all the way into the zone. No icing, the players were way too close to the puck for that. Fitchburg will try to bring it up on the near side boards. Max Bolak on the right side tries to find Christian Rodriguez out of his reach. Rodriguez will play the puck on the right side corner. Tyler Broussard there as well. He sends a Blue Devil to the ice, and that's going to be a penalty. At the same time, the referee in the corner took a tumble, but when he got back up, he was back up with the arm raised, and there is a Blue Devil down. May have taken a shot up high.
Alessandro Conti is down in front of his net. He is in a lot of discomfort, actually, having a lot of trouble getting back to his feet. They're going to call for some help for Conti. Meanwhile, on the other end, Tyler Broussard going to the box. Folks at home on FATV just saw Conti punching the ice in frustration. Looks like it might be an injury to maybe the upper left side. We'll take a look at the penalty first. That's what's going to send Broussard to the box.
I think it was sort of a pincer play where 2 players came together, and they may have ruled that Broussard may have gotten his elbow up.
Yeah, Broussard and Christian Rodriguez came together and basically sandwiched Malik Munoz-Prico. Sent Munoz-Prico down. The official tried to raise his hand for the icing call, wound up losing his footing. Then I believe it was, Dan, I believe it was Tyler Broussard who delivered the hit to Conti that has knocked Conti down. Alessandro Conti still on his back here, basically just outside. He's inside the right circle of the Leominster goal, just inside where the penalty dot, the face-off dot rather, would be.
Yep, Zach Melanson is helping the trainer out on the ice to attend. We're going to look at the hit now, and what happened there was Christian Rodriguez and Conti just came together. I think it was a knee-on-knee collision. I don't think there was any ill intent there.
No, I was totally incorrect. I thought it was an upper body thing, maybe to the left shoulder. It's actually, as you said, Dan, it's the right knee of Christian Rodriguez running right into the right knee of Alessandro Conti. So as you said, their knees came together. Conti being tended to on the far side of the ice. You see the trainer there is looking at the right knee.
I could see Barry Hudson, the head coach for Leominster, is out on the ice as well, seeing what has happened here as this game has come to a halt. 8:35 to go, second period. Leominster 1, Fitchburg, Monty Tech nothing. As the more important matter right now is attending to Alessandro Conti, who is now being helped up off the ice. There is they're trying to support that right knee of his that made contact with Rodriguez.
They're going to wind up just carrying him off, not letting him put any weight on the right knee or on his left as well. Just to make it easier, they're going to carry him off. They're actually elevating and extending that right knee for Alessandro Conti. Conti, a sophomore, just 3 assists for him on the season, has not yet recorded a goal.
But still a young player, a sophomore defenseman, and I imagine there's more hockey in his future, but right now the focus is going to be on his knee, and we hope the best for him.
They take the long walk. Unfortunately for Conti, it occurred on the right side, and the exits are on the left side, so they have to carry him all the way across the ice.
Basically 175 feet they have to bring him. Now, we have the benefit of replay. The 2 referees watching this game do not. We know Broussard is in the box for the initial penalty, and now the question is whether they're going to charge one to Christian Rodriguez. My personal opinion is I think it was a hockey play, and I don't think they should call a penalty on it, but I can also see the argument for a trip, just that their knees came together, that he got tripped up in that regard. I can see them calling a penalty on Rodriguez as well. It's going to come down to how the officials saw that play develop and what they saw. After all, we saw the referee who made the call on Broussard took a tumble as that happened, and once he got up to the ice, then he immediately raised the arm to signal the penalty was coming. I actually didn't see the hit live myself because I was just focused on that. I don't know if the referee there saw it. And this is one of the challenges, only 2 referees in the regular season to adjudicate the contests. And so now the referees are talking with an assistant coach for Leominster, and that assistant is very animated right now.
Just gesturing with his finger at both referees, just coming back onto the ice after helping to carry Alessandro Conti off the ice.
Barry Hudson finally making his way back to the bench. We'll see if he gets the explanation as well. As it stands right now, excuse me for a moment.
As it stands now, Rodriguez is not being penalized for the hit on Conti. It's just going to be Broussard in the box. All 4 of the Leominster players on the ice are, well, if I say they're circled around the referee, it sounds threatening. They're not threatening him. They're just kind of standing there listening to him talk. They're not terribly happy, but they're also not screaming or anything at him. So Leominster will not get penalized there. They will bring a face-off back into the Fitchburg end for the penalty on Broussard, which again was unrelated to the hit that knocked Conti out of the game. Alessandro Conti again being carried to the back. Obviously, he will take no further part in this game. We hope the best for him going forward. But Leominster still does have the power play as we duck under 8.5 minutes to go here in the second period.
This is power play number 3 for Leominster in this contest, as Fitchburg is able to clear it all the way down. And from behind his own net, Adam Diamichis will leave it, as the Blue Devils will now skate it up off the stick of Malik Munoz-Prico. He gains the zone on the far side, brings it around the boards. Trying to get there first is Peter Stevens for the Red Raiders. Dumps it all the way to the left point where it's picked up by Diamichis. He takes a shot, but it goes badly off the stick to the left, where it's picked up in the left circle, dumped around the boards, and finally cleared by Jay Salem for the Red Raiders. All the way on goal, too. Sidlow sets his positioning, goes down, and then paddles it away, turns into a shot on goal.
One of the easier shots on goal that Zach Sidlow will ever have to deal with.
Leominster holds behind their own net with 55 to go on the power play, 7:28 to go in the second period. And Leominster still holding a 1-0 lead as Jeremy Millette circles his own zone, makes a strong stretch pass up to Theron Glynn on the right side. His pass to the slot is cut down by a Red Raider stick. And Fitchburg trying to go on the reset and go the other way, but the pass off the stick of Riley LeBlanc could not be handled. Leominster quickly coming back into the zone with speed. Theron Glynn sends it across the slot, nobody there to redirect. Andrzejewski not able to keep it in the zone. He'll let it go to the red line, where he'll make the pass cross ice to Theron Glynn. Ryan Johnson takes a tumble, but they're going to say that was more him stumbling rather than the stick contact on his legs from Glynn. So no penalty and will play on. 10 seconds on the power play for Leominster.
Johnson got up and threw his hands in the air as if to say, where is the penalty call? He may be thinking that the referees have their knives out against him.
Puck cleared out of the zone. Brassard comes out of the box. And the Red Raiders kill off their third penalty of the night. 6:25 to go in the second, 1-0 Leominster. Helenius into the zone, onto the right circle, leaves for Munoz Brico, takes the shot, and that one just trickles past. A strange hop on the ice. McCrillis nearly caught out there. Max Bolak into the zone, tries to take the shot. He draws a penalty as Ryan Johnson is squeezed off of the play, and now Leominster will finally touch up. But there was some extra there, and I think Jay Salem might have made contact with one of the Blue Devils who is down on his back, holding his hands on his head.
That's Theron Glynn who's down. That came after the penalty had been, after the referee had raised his hand for the penalty, but before the stoppage in play. And now for the second time in less than 3 minutes of ice time, a Leominster player is down and in need of attention. Folks at home watching on FATV will get a chance to watch the replay there. It's a pretty clear-cut case. Zach Melanson, who is the one being sent to the box, got his stick in there with Max Bolak, held him up from delivering the shot. And then after that play, unrelated to it, Theron Glynn took a hard hit to the head. So he delivered a hit to Ryan Johnson. Bit of shoving after the fact, and then he comes in and basically gets hip checked in the face by Jay Salem.
It looks like Salem was trying to stop as he saw Glynn's head moving forward, but he was not able to stop in time, and the right thigh of Salem ended up contacting the head of Glynn.
And Salem is in the box.
So they will call penalties on both sides. And from what we saw last week, it should stay 5-a-side unless they rule one of those penalties was worse than the other, in which case both those penalties will have to count. I will admit that I have not read the NFHS rule book because they put it behind a paywall, and I am not going to pay money to read the rules there.
That seems silly. You shouldn't do that.
Please, sporting organizations, don't put your rule books behind paywalls. I hate that.
Don't do that. Make it easy for people to know your rules.
So 1-0 Leominster in front of Fitchburg Monty Tech, 6:04 to go in the second period. Shots are 10-5 in favor of the Blue Devils. Shots in this period are 3-2 in favor of Fitchburg. No scoring in this frame. Zach Melanson had the lone goal, 6:30 into the game. Now they're going to announce the penalty.
It is indeed Jay Salem.
So they've actually called contact to the head and a 10-minute misconduct against Jay Salem. So it's going to stay 5-on-5, but Fitchburg Monty Tech is going to have to send, no, they don't have to send another player to the box because those penalties aren't going to go up on the board, and we're going to stay 5-a-side. But Jay Salem is going to have to sit for 12 minutes in the penalty box.
And that'll be the remaining 6:04 in this second period, and another basically 6 minutes to start the third. Of course, that penalty box on the far side of the ice, folks at home watching on FATV, got a nice shot of about 2 or 3 dozen Leominster fans just kind of leaning over, taunting Jay Salem as he sits in the penalty box, and they will have plenty of time to get to know each other. He's going to be in there for a long time.
Now the referee's explaining to the Fitchburg Monty Tech coaching staff what's up here.
All of a sudden, Dan, this has become a very long second period of hockey here at the Wallace Civic Center. You know, it's all well and good, the intensity, the passion of the rivalry, until you start hitting each other in the head very hard, at which point everybody should just take a breath and stop.
On FATV, you can see a shot of Barry Hudson, the head coach for Leominster, second season last year, 2-17-1 this year, much better, 8-7. And Leominster trying to get back in the postseason for the first time in 5 years. For Fitchburg Monty Tech, Steve Lowney, 14th year head coach, Fitchburg State Hall of Famer, 75 goals, 61 assists, playing with the Falcons from 91 to 94. He was an assistant for a decade before he took the head coaching job with the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders. And so we will stay at 5-a-side. And as we mentioned, Zach Melanson will sit for 2 minutes or more, Jay Salem for 12 minutes or more.
And pretty much immediately after the puck drop, Matthew Healy delivers a big hit to Christian Rodriguez. Got a big roar out of the Leominster faithful.
We know how passionate the rivalry is on Thanksgiving, and as we can see, it very much translates to the ice as well.
It is also not quite equally, but definitely very passionate 6 days before Valentine's Day, as it is on Thanksgiving. It is not just a football thing between Fitchburg and Leominster, far from it.
Max Bolak with a shot from the point. Sidlow makes the save. Puck bounces in front of him in the blue paint. Sidlow waits for it, lets it settle down, and then jumps on it and covers it.
I think Sidlow would have been fine to let Matthew Healy take the puck and skate it away, but Healy just kind of steered it back toward net. And then Sidlow said, well, okay, I guess I'll cover it up because I don't want it coming back at me.
Didn't want to take any chances there. 5:19 to go, second period, 1-0 Leominster over Fitchburg Monty Tech. Shots 10-6 in favor of the Blue Devils. Draw control by Bolak, couldn't get the shot off cleanly as it was knocked off his stick by one of the Blue Devils back there. Now Theron Glynn, he's all right, good to see that. Takes a shot from the left circle, flubbed off his stick, goes behind the net. Now penalty coming against Fitchburg, another penalty coming against the Red Raiders. Interference is the call, and another power play to the Blue Devils. This will be their fourth.
This time it'll be Max Bolak going to the box for something he did, not just something his teammates did. Bolak pleading his case with the referee. Typically, Zebras are not receptive to a hockey player saying, no, you don't understand. I was totally justified in whatever it is I did that you said I shouldn't have done.
At least he's got the captaincy, so he can make the argument that he can at least talk to the officials. But nonetheless, it's going to be 2 minutes in the box for number 17, the junior forward, with 15 goals. Off the draw, Ryan Johnson able to carry it up ice into the Leominster zone and then sent into the boards, and maybe looking for a penalty was Riley LeBlanc, but nothing going there. And now make things a little more challenging for the Red Raiders. They've got two of their best players sitting in the sin bin, as there's a clapper from the slot by Helenius, who's had a great game for this Leominster team, creating a lot of opportunities here on senior night for the Blue Devils. Behind the net, they battle for Jeremy Millette and one of the Red Raiders. They look like they're more scrumming with each other, not looking for the puck, as it's brought out in front, and a shot on goal. McCrillis made the save, then stacked the pads.
McCrillis has lost his stick.
He is using somebody else's stick right now. He takes the shot, makes the save, and he makes another save there. One of the defensemen, good thinking there, giving the stick off there, and McCrillis able to improvise with that. 4:08 to go in the second, 1:08 on the power play.
Peter Stevens sacrificing his blade, realizing that McCrillis needed it much more than he did in the moment. McCrillis able to make the save, cover up. Will take a face-off to his left. One by Leominster. Quick shot.
Score! In the slot, picked up by Helenius. We just said how good a game he's had. He's got a power play goal, and it's 2-0 Leominster.
Alex Helenius, have yourself a night. Picks up the power play goal there. Extends the lead out to 2 for the Blue Devils. Gets a big roar from the home crowd.
Picked it up deep in the slot, bit of traffic there, and it flutters over the blocker of McCrillis on his right hand. Just can't get it high enough to punch it away.
It's a beautiful little wrist shot from Helenius. He put that puck exactly where it needed to be.
And now out in front, score! Another goal for Leominster. A.J. Mills picks it up in the left circle and puts it through the 5-hole of McCrillis. 3-0 Leominster.
2 goals in less than 30 seconds for the Blue Devils. All of a sudden, this has gone from a tight, intense contest to a borderline blowout. Alex Helenius and then A.J. Mills making it 3-0 Leominster.
Mills getting his 5th goal this season. Helenius his 4th. Mills just a freshman as well. Helenius a senior on senior night with a 2-point night. And 2 goals, and it's in just 13 seconds time. And now they announce the goal here. Unassisted, it goes to Alex Helenius. And now we know A.J. Mills got the goal. So it looks like Mills, just from Patrick LeBlanc, he gets the lone assist on that one. And so now 3-0 the score. Leominster in front. This has been a close game for a while, but suddenly a couple of quick strikes, a power play goal, and then another quick one, forcing a turnover in the Fitchburg end. Now it's gone from bad to worse for the Red Raiders. It's Max Bolak finally out of the box, but Jay Salem unavailable until at least 6 minutes or so into the third period. As the puck in the Fitchburg zone on the right side boards, shot blocked in front. Jeremy Millette takes a shot. That one didn't get a lot of wood on it. Jeremy gets it back on the right side. Tries to drop for his brother Jerry. Didn't get a lot on it. On the near side, Fitchburg will try to bring up Max Bolak. Puts it between the legs of Anthony Tossi. Makes the cross-ice pass for Devin LeBlanc, but he couldn't handle it. You could see a sound of amazement from the Fitchburg side as Bolak was able to nutmeg Tossi there, but couldn't do anything else with it after that. 2:02 to go in the second, 3-0 Blue Devils.
Catch the new Hank Zone with Worcester radio veteran Hank Stoles. That's every Tuesday to Thursday from 1 to 3 p.m. here on the K-Zone, your home for more live and local news and sports.
Draw will come outside of the Fitchburg zone. The two 17s taking the draw, Bolak and Millette. Now controlled by the Red Raiders in their own zone. Pass for Liam Hickey, hops over his stick and down into the Leominster zone. No icing as the puck dies at the goal line. But Fitchburg can't do anything with it, and it's brought up by Zachary Melanson. In the neutral zone, Melanson lost a handle on it. Goes back and forth between the teams before being picked up by Tossi. Leominster with the cross ice in their own zone now, having a little trouble handling it. Alex Cormier with a pass that's kept in by Tyler Broussard. Broussard tries to nudge it into the slot, but it's out of the reach of both Christian Rodriguez and Liam Hickey. Cleared out to the neutral zone is Jeremy. Picks it from the left dot, takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Could not be kept in by Cormier, and they'll call the offside since it's touched up by a Blue Devil that didn't get the memo.
Jerry Millette didn't see the referee's hand up. Thought he had a one-timer opportunity. Instead, he was breaking the rules.
And because the delayed offsides was made clear and he touched it up, the faceoff comes all the way down to the right side of Zach Sidlow, sitting on just 6 saves in this contest. Shots 15-6 in favor of the Blue Devils. And you have to think that, you know, the hits that have gone to Alessandro Conti and Theron Glynn have had to fire them up.
Oh, certainly, absolutely.
Avery Roy tries to pick it up on the far half boards, hops over his stick again. Malik Munoz-Prico getting tied up with Christian Rodriguez on the far side boards. Now the puck squirts to the center circle and pushed along. Avery Roy couldn't find Rodriguez. Taken into the stick of Matthew Healy on the far side, Leominster holding. Cross ice pass, Healy dumps in, bounces behind the net, sticked along by Wyatt Peters. But now Leominster with a shot saved by McCrillis. Rebound pops all the way out to the top of the slot and to the point. Shot from excuse me. Damichis took a shot. That one cut down in front. Now from the right wing corner, center down in front. Damichis shot blocked off of a body in front, off of one of the Red Raiders. Cross ice and not able to get the one-timer was Matthew Healy. Would have surely made it 4-0 if he could have gotten good wood on it. And then the buzzer sounds to end the second period of play.
The net was wide open for Healy. Puck just bounced off of his stick, but overall, Dan, that second period went every single way it could go well for Leominster. They lead 3-0 as we head to the lockers. Folks listening on WPKZ will step aside for just a moment and have the second intermission report for you in a moment. Folks listening on FATV, stick with us. We're not going anywhere. But for those on the radio, you're listening to the K-Zone, 105.3 FM and AM 1280 WPKZ. So folks watching at home on FATV, I hope you're having a good time. This is the third of 3 broadcasts here on Fitchburg Access Television. It has been basketball afternoon in Fitchburg. It is college football Saturday, of course, but it is also Hockey Night in Leominster. And Hockey Night in Leominster is going beautifully for the home crowd.
The teams in blue just dominating today.
Absolutely. I'm so glad I wore blue today. Now, while we take care of some official, capitalistic type business on the radio, we want to just remind you at home that FATV's remote productions are underwritten in part by Hub International, MART, Fitchburg State University, and the Sentinel and Enterprise. We thank them so much for their support, and we absolutely do not give any calls to action whatsoever. Do what you want with your lives. That's the difference. It means it's not an advertisement.
And do we want to thank any of our crew?
We absolutely want to thank our crew. We want to thank our crew who have been with us all day here on FATV. It starts, of course, with Travis Falk. We thank him so much for all of the support he brings to every broadcast. We also want to thank our director for this broadcast, Robin Como. Our camera operators today have included Haley Latroy, Matt Murdoka, Jared Roberts, Nicole Gaffney, Sam Pappas has been with us as well. We also want to thank Nate Glennie, the executive director of Fitchburg Access Television, making his presence known as always. Dave Oster was with us earlier today before he had to go and do his other job. Thanks to Dave, thanks to everybody who has made this. This has been an incredible day, Dan. We're 2 basketball games and 2 hockey periods through it. This has been an incredible day. I have had so much fun today.
It has been so much fun, and we only have 1 period left of hockey. And that'll bring an end to our day. We'll see what Fitchburg Monty Tech has in the tank for the 3rd period as they trail 3-0 through 2 periods of play to the Leominster Blue Devils. We'll take a break. We'll see you on the other side of the 2nd intermission. It's Hockey Night in Fitchburg on FATV.
You're listening to the K-Zone Game of the Week here on 105.3 FM and AM 1280 WPKZ Fitchburg, Leominster. We're back here at the Wallace Civic Center in Fitchburg for Hockey Night in Leominster as the homestanding Leominster Blue Devils lead the visiting Red Raiders of Fitchburg Monty Tech 3-0. John Gugerty here with you alongside Daniel Bolak, high above the ice, as Dan likes to say, here at the Civic Center. And Dan, Leominster basically dominated that entire 2nd period. What can Fitchburg Monty Tech do if they want to turn it around here at the start of the 3rd?
But the challenge is just going to be creating opportunities. Only 6 shots in this game. Well, they've got to try to do their best. Don't make too many fancy plays. Just try to play a simpler game, I guess. And try to get shots on Zach Sidlow however you can. Sidlow's only had to make 6 saves in this contest. It's one of his easiest nights this season.
And as we head into this 3rd period of action, Anthony Lesperance is still in the penalty box for Fitchburg Monty Tech, serving it.
Chase Salem.
Chase Salem, fine. I got the wrong number. The point is, Chase Salem is still in the box, serving a 10-minute penalty. Fitchburg not shorthanded for it, but still without Salem. One of their leading scorers on the year. He's got 15 points in total, but he has none in this one. And indeed, no one on Fitchburg has any points because, well, Fitchburg has no points.
It's just been a challenge to get those opportunities for the Red Raiders, who are in the road dark red uniforms with white numbering and trim. They'll go right to left in this 3rd period. Leominster in all white uniforms with blue numbering and trim will go left to right. 3rd period is underway here from Fitchburg as it squeaks into the Leominster zone, picked up by Anthony Tossi behind his own net. Trying to take it away is Lesperance, and he takes it on the right side boards, brings it around for Avery Roy. Roy knocks it along in the right wing corner, where it's picked up by Helenius, tries to find Theron Glenn at the right point, and he's able to pick it up, knock it along for Tossi. Max Bolak sends him into the boards and dispossesses him of the puck. On the near side, Avery Roy backhands it out of the zone, picked up at the red line, where it's dumped back in by Adam Diamichis. Around for Robert Brogan. Goes to the other corner, and George Love. Roy lost a handle on it. Helenius took it away, but now Bolak will stick it along. Roy, a 2-on-1 perhaps developing. Roy on the right side. He's got Lesperance on the left. Tries to take the shot, but he ends up shooting it right into the legs of Adam Diamichis. Now a cross-ice centering pass sticked up in the air by Zach Sidlow. And around over the stick of Bolak, taken in the right wing corner as Helenius will pass for Theron Glynn and spit it into the zone where Malik Munoz-Prico will get there for Leominster. Wards off a Red Raider on the left side. Puck pops up into the left circle where it's taken by the Red Raiders. Bad pass, gets it out of the zone, but right into the stick of Jerry Millette. Nearly went into the Red Raider bench, but it stays in play and we play on.
I thought for a second, I was sure that was going to the bench. I was leaning over, I was gonna plug Travis and Sherman, but no, you'll have to wait.
Puck goes into the Fitchburg zone. McCrillis goes out to poke check. He swift on it. Puck was still loose, finally cleared out to the near side boards. Oh, another adventure for the junior netminder.
This has been a night that Spencer McCrillis would like to forget.
As they go point-to-point shot, deflected in front, backhand chance by Millette. And McCrillis able to shut the door, just close his left leg against the post and makes the big pad save.
I was just saying that McCrillis would like to forget this night. I thought for a second he had left another juicy rebound right there for Leominster, but he was able to, as you said, Dan, shut the door there, deny the putback opportunity by Millette. Leominster wanted to extend their lead out to 4, and at least for now, McCrillis said no.
Jerry Millette in the left circle, lost a handle on it, cleared out and down the ice into the Leominster end. Just gets the blue line and a little farther. Matthew Healy will pick it up. Healy will bring it up to the red line where it'll dump in. It'll be settled down by Hickey. On the near side, L'Esperance will carry it up the ice. Makes a nice stick move, takes the shot, just goes a bit too high over the crossbar. Now picked up at center. Bolak will take it from the center circle, carries it up on the left side. Bolak into the corner and still moving along. He's got Zach Melanson on him. And they dispossess him of the puck as they spit it down the ice, and it's going to go for an icing. Didn't miss the goal by very much, only about 2 feet.
Join Travis and Sherman weekday mornings, 6 to 9 a.m. for the best in local news, weather, talk, and sports to keep you informed and entertained to start your day. That's Travis and Sherman right here on the K-Zone, 105.3 FM and AM 1280 WPKZ.
11:50 to go in the second, 3-0 in favor of Leominster. 11:50 to go in the third, 3-0 Leominster. Let's get that right.
I didn't even hear the mistake. I was so busy being proud of myself for getting my Travis and Sherman plug in.
You'd been sitting on that for a little while.
I have.
It's Christian Rodriguez in his own zone, tries to find George Love, missed the pass. Bolak takes it now. Back in his own end, still trying to find a path to skate it out. He's doing laps in the end. Passed it along the boards. He was looking for George Love to get there. He didn't get the memo and slammed around the boards by Leominster to the near side. The shot goes off of Bolak's glove, and now Love not going to touch up because he believed that might have been a hand pass. There's a shot from the top of the slot by Theron Glynn, stopped by McCrillis. Rebound popped off his pads, up in the air, but McCrillis able to snare it out with the glove.
Then after the whistle blew, Robert Brogan and Zach Melanson were exchanging words with each other, talking dinner plans, no doubt.
Perhaps. Got my dinner right here.
I hear some of the FHTV crew is going to be going over to the 99 for dinner. You, of course, will also be having the 99, but it got here 45 minutes ago now.
Have to go home and reheat it. 10:53 to go in the third, 3-0 Leominster.
Behind. You don't want an ice-cold cheeseburger?
Don't think that's recommended. Andrzejewski with a shot. Whistles wide, goes off the official skate. He was spooked by that for a moment. He was not expecting the puck to go there. Andrzejewski right point on the right side boards, cross ice looking for the redirection, pops up and goes wide to the left of McCrillis. Hickey tries to play it around the boards for Fitchburg, trapped in their own end again, can't get the breakout pass. Andrzejewski, right circle, holds onto it, gets the shot off. Glynn got his stick on it, but redirected it well wide to the right.
Wyatt Peters did a great job getting in front of Andrzejewski. He wanted to shoot that puck, but Peters was blocking every lane.
And now Helenius in the left circle, drops it off. Damich's shot punched away by McCrillis. Rebound comes out to Andrzejewski at the right point. He takes a shot through traffic, saved by McCrillis, just got the 5-hole shot in time. Damichis in the left corner, goes for Andrzejewski, top of the right circle. It's been a long shift for these two teams. This goes behind the net. Now in front, one-timer, score! Theron Glynn in the left circle, 4-0 Leominster.
a measure of retribution for Theron Glynn. The senior here on senior night took a shot to the head earlier. A shot for which Jay Salem is still in the penalty box. And now just about at the end of that major, Theron Glynn puts up the 4th goal of the night for the Leominster Blue Devils.
Off the draw, Max Bolak carries up on the right side, takes a shot off the glove of Sidlow and swatted out to the corner. Helenius and Andrzejewski get the assists for this Leominster squad with 3 Alexes on the roster.
Second assist of the night for Alex Helenius to go with the goal earlier.
Avery Roy trying to create a breakaway towards goal. He's tripped up from behind. Let's see what we've got, but first Roy's going to keep the play alive on the near side. Brogan on the left side. McCrillis to the bench, extra attacker just coming on. And it is going to be a penalty shot. Down 4-0. It may be a little late to make a spark, but anything could happen, and a penalty shot awarded to Avery Roy. No interference, excuse me. I'm sorry, because what happens is the gesture for interference and the gesture for a penalty shot are actually very similar.
I see.
Yep. I thought it was going to be a penalty shot, but I just realized as he skated over and made the signal again, no, it's not going to be a penalty shot. Gone and ruined that now. But it's going to be a power play.
It is a power play. It's certainly better than a kick in the eye for Fitchburg Monty Tech. They'll have the man advantage. Jay Salem is also finally out of the box, and this puck is in the back of the net.
Max Bolak from the slot, able to put it through the traffic. The Red Raiders get a power play goal, and they get on the board. It's 4-1.
Max Bolak, his 16th goal of the season. And Dan Bolak had his goal call stolen from him by his amateur pretender of a commentary partner.
Came just 12 seconds into the power play. And so with 8:49 to go in the contest, the Red Raiders do get a goal on that. Like I said, didn't get the penalty shot, but they got the goal anyway. Well done and well manufactured by Fitchburg Monty Tech, and they make it a 4-1 hockey game.
Well, we said, Dan, at the top of the period, it only takes one to swing the momentum. Of course, when we were saying that, we were saying that that one goal would make it a 2-goal game. Leominster scored first in this period. Now with Fitchburg Monty Tech finally on the board, they are still in a 3-goal deficit as we duck just under 8.5 minutes to play here in the 3rd and final period.
On the near side, Salem feeds Lesperance, gains the right side, but loses a handle on it. Now brought back into the neutral zone where Salem will regroup. He's going to have the freshest legs of all after having sat 12 minutes in the penalty box. Salem on the near side for Ryan Johnson. Hopped over a stick. Again, so many times we've seen that tonight around the boards. Miscommunication, nobody wanted it, and Leominster will have it instead. It basically went between two Red Raiders. One of them didn't push hard enough to get to the puck, and one back on the blue line was going to let it go to him. Then he realized that Leominster was going to swoop in and take it. Backhand chance by the Blue Devils, and Brandon Arsenault ends up going high over the net.
Dan, you know how you were saying Jay Salem has the freshest legs on the ice?
Yes.
He just went to the bench for a line change.
Well, you can only be on the ice for so long before you lose your oomph and what have you.
I just thought it was funny.
Picked up by Peter Stevens and cleared out of the zone to the red line, where it's dumped right back in by the Blue Devils. Around the boards it'll go to Connor Ledger. Ledger on the near side. Andrzejewski keeps it in and just feeds it into the left wing corner. 7 minutes to go in this contest. 4-1, Leominster in front. Ryan Johnson gaining the zone, but Leominster doing well to body the Red Raiders off the puck. That's something they've done very well tonight. They played a very physical brand of hockey, and it's knocked the Red Raiders a bit for a loop as they've not had the space and time to work with. Cross ice pass ends up finding a Red Raider stick. Couldn't get it out of the zone on the first try. Will do so on the second, despite a leaping try by Alex Andrzejewski to glove that one down. Now fed into the zone. There's a big hit by Andrzejewski well behind the play, and that is very illegal.
Andrzejewski basically targeted Robert Brogan well away from the puck. He said, to heck with the rules, I'm going to hit this guy as hard as I can. And would you believe it, the referees did not agree with that decision.
And I don't know why Andrzejewski is so cross. He was very obviously in the wrong. High sticking is going to be the call. You could have got him for interference, late hit. My goodness, the puck was nowhere near Brogan when he charged it and made that hit. That looked dangerous to me. And he should be lucky he's only getting 2 minutes.
Tomorrow morning from 11 to 12, catch Howie Kahn and the Scholastic Sports Zone with a look at recent action and some local guests.
So another power play coming for the Red Raiders. Only need 12 seconds to cash in on the last one. Get another one, who knows? There's a shot, a laser beam off the stick of Jay Salem, but Zach Sidlow able to track it and make the stop.
Thought for a second there they might have another lightning quick goal. It looked like Sidlow didn't quite have the handle on that one, but he was able to catch it on the second effort, covered up, get the whistle.
Red Raiders win the draw. Salem trying to find Bolak's stick, ends up eluding him. Bolak tries to keep it in on the left side. Clear out attempt failed. Salem kept it in on the point, tries to find Hickey, and on the doorstep there as well was Riley LeBlanc. Just couldn't put it home. On the right side, back for Salem, finds L'Esperance. L'Esperance with a shot in the slot. Trickles just up in the air and wide to the right of the net. Sidlow was caught out a little bit there, having trouble tracking it. Bolak with a cross-ice pass, goes through everyone's legs, but finds Salem on the right side, tries to take a shot, pops up in the air. L'Esperance trying to keep the puck alive, does just that. LeBlanc on the right side from the dot. Hickey tries to redirect, turn it towards goal, but ends up going wide to the left. Just couldn't get a lot of wood on it. Could not be cleared. L'Esperance keeps it in at the point. Bolak tries to get to it at the left side boards.
This has been a very positive couple of minutes for Fitchburg Monty Tech. They just can't keep it in the zone there, but they have really controlled the pace of play since they got that first goal.
Now 45 seconds to go on the power play for the Red Raiders. As the puck now on the red line, Thayer and Glynn pinned against the boards. They played for the puck, so perfectly legal, and we play on. Bolak on the left side, not expecting the puck to come to him, but now he's got a hold on it. Gains the zone on the left side. Bolak carrying behind the net, on his backhand to the right side, to the right half boards, continues with it. Feeds for L'Esperance, winds, fires, deflected wide, tried to play it off the boards, but ends up hitting the back of the net and eludes the stick of Riley LeBlanc and sent all the way down the ice by Leominster with 6 seconds to go on the power play.
Maybe time for Fitchburg to get one more power play goal, but they turn it over.
Munoz Prico looking for a chance, shorthanded, couldn't get himself in a shooting position, ends up not getting a shot off, but he kills the rest of the penalty. The Blue Devils back to full strength with 4:10 to go in the game, a 4-1 lead for Leominster, and we have whistles here. The referee was very demonstrative of sending players to the box. We might have more than just two going. He wanted to send one from either side off. And let's see what we have, because there was a lot of pushing and shoving behind the play as well.
It's going to be L'Esperance for Fitchburg and Munoz Prico for Leominster.
4:07 to go in the game, 4-1 Leominster.
Every Thursday, join us for the K-Zone Local Sports Lunchbox with Ethan Winter and Coach Tony Gannon. You can also find past Local Sports Lunchboxes online at kzonereplay.com.
We're just going to take the one on either side, and we'll leave it at 5-on-5, as those will cancel out. They'll sit for 2 minutes or more. Whiffed on a shot from the right point by Alex Cormier for Leominster as it comes around for Jeremy Millette in the left wing corner. Hooking called against L'Esperance. The puck hops on the ice a few times to McCrillis, able to knock that one away. Now turned towards goal, but goes behind the net. Cormier pinching up. Jerry Millette and Jeremy also there in the right wing corner. As Jerry falls to the ice, he gets back up. Jeremy keeps control of the puck in the right wing corner. Now finds Cormier. Cormier feeds to the left side and finds Matthew Healy. Healy tries to turn and shoot. Can't get much on that. Ryan Johnson picks it up behind his own net. Tries to carry it out. Was dispossessed. And Jerry tries to get a shot off after Jeremy took it off of Johnson's stick. A shot from the right side by Melanson ends up going off a Red Raider body and now set down the ice. A race to the puck as it gets to the goal line, and they will call the icing there. No touch icing in effect in the FHS play. but I think actually it would have been icing anyway, because I think just ahead of it there was Jared LeBlanc.
Oh, absolutely. Leominster was going to win the race to the puck no matter what.
3:04 to go in the game, 4-1 Leominster in front. Draw will come to the right of McCrillis. And the puck will make its way to Andrzejewski, takes a shot deflected down to the ice, but bounces wide to the left of McCrillis. Puck knocked out of the zone. Fitchburg trying to get a break down ice, just can't settle the puck well enough to do so.
You can see, Dan, Fitchburg, Monty Tech, their skaters are reaching a little bit further, trying a little more desperately to create something. They know that there's just 2.5 minutes left here. Time is running short. They need 3 goals yesterday.
On the right side, Riley LeBlanc can't keep a handle on the puck. That's also been a challenge for Fitchburg tonight, just not being able to keep possession, especially when they need to. Cross ice, stick checked away, puck pinballs around in the paint, and it goes in the net. Well, if it wasn't over before, it is now. 5-1 Leominster.
AJ Mills is the happiest guy, so I guess they're going to give him the goal. Folks at home watching on FATV just see Spencer McCrillis with the 1,000-yard stare, looking off at nothing in particular, some far point in the distance. He cannot believe that that puck got behind him. It's the 5th one to do so on the night. And as you said, Dan, this game is OVA over.
Shot from the top of the right circle by the Red Raiders is gloved down by Sidlow off the stick of Zach Robillard. Now the penalties expire.
We mentioned that Fitchburg Monty Tech is without Garrett Johnson, who has fallen ill. Spencer McCrillis pressed into duty.
For these 2 goalies, they've been fighting tooth and nail, basically splitting the role. They're both juniors. They've played roughly the same amount of hockey this season. Maybe after the 4 goals conceded by McCrillis against Northbridge, maybe they would have gone to Johnson if he was fit to play tonight, just in a sense of rotation, but McCrillis had to get the start with Johnson ill. And he's had some rough goes of it. There are some plays he would like back for sure.
And to be honest with you, Dan, with the kind of goaltending play we've seen tonight, it's the kind of performance where a coach might think about pulling his goaltender, but they don't have essentially a backup. They have an emergency goaltender dressed in Devin McGivern, but he is not a regular goaltender. So if that thought has come to mind, it has been quickly dismissed.
Just nothing you can really do there as Munoz Prico gains the zone into the left dot, tries to send it across. McCrillis tries to stick it away. Now puck loose. It's dangerous again on the left side. McCrillis down looking for it. Puck goes behind the net, centered one-timer, goes just wide to the right. We're now under a minute to go in this game. Leominster with a comfortable 5-1 lead on their way to their 9th victory of the season. Glenn with the turnover, takes the shot, rings it off the iron.
It's the 2nd time tonight Leominster's hit the post. They have 5. They may feel like they should have 7.
Raymond Luxray-Yatch taking a shot there because that's number 13 who's not on my roster, thank you very much. As on the far side, Leominster trying to gain the zone, does just that with 15 seconds to go in the contest. Puck goes into the right wing corner for Bolak. Knocks it along for Andrew Auger. As we see Fitchburg using a bunch of younger players, and Bolak trying to get a breakaway with 2 seconds to go. Has to take the shot, does take the shot, saved by Sidlow. Couldn't put home the rebound as the buzzer sounds, and the Leominster Blue Devils take a 5-1 win, and they're now just 1 win away from getting back to the postseason.
The first period was pretty even more than that. The first minute went all Fitchburg, and then the next 44 went pretty much all Leominster. The Blue Devils came here on their home ice. They brought, Fitchburg made the long, arduous trek, and maybe it was the travel, Dan, but Leominster was just the vastly superior team on both sides of the puck tonight. They come away with a well-deserved 5-1 victory.
And for Fitchburg, it is just their 2nd loss all season as the visiting team. as you could also say maybe they do struggle at the Civic Center 1-3-1 in games where they're the home team, and not much better when they're and not much better, I guess, even once you factor those other things into account.
All right, so folks listening at home on WPKZ, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be back with the full post-game recap for you here on the K-Zone. Folks watching on FATV, we will say our final goodbyes in just a moment. But again, for those of you on the radio, we will step aside for a moment and be back. You're listening to the K-Zone, 105.3 FM and AM 1280 WPKZ. Folks at home watching on FATV, this has been one of my favorite days as a commentator on Fitchburg Access Television. Dan and I, we have called 3 games. 3 games, Dan. It's done. We're finished.
3 games. We did a triple header today. You weren't even scheduled to call those first 2 games, but things happened. You were pressed into duty. You performed admirably. Helped save my voice for this one. And
folks, we thank you so much for being with us. We hope you were with us for all 3 games. Obviously, from the Fitchburg side of it, not exactly the results you would have liked. Westfield came away with 2 victories. Leominster comes away with the blowout victory.
Yep.
But we were here. We had fun. We thank you and our crew and our underwriters and everybody so much for being with us. Join us on WPKZ for the post-game show. But for everybody here at FATV, I'm John Gugerty for Dan Bolek saying thank you for watching. We'll see you next time right here on FATV.